On Your Side Weather Deck is sponsored by Montel Construction, your home team.
Well, a very foggy scene outside here on the weather deck. It almost feels like I'm standing inside of a cloud, and that's how it's going to feel for your morning commute as well, giving yourself extra time as visibility is reduced all across the area. Now, temperature-wise today, it is cooler outside this morning, but we're going to surge into the upper 70s this afternoon, which is why our weather ball is red, as we do have those warmer conditions ahead. This news sponsored by Countryside Greenhouse. Look over Muskegon. You can see that visibility reduced to a quarter mile. Temperature sitting at 44 degrees. That won't last for very long that we have these cooler conditions with a warmer air mass on deck as our next low pressure system approaches. But yes, certainly looking at reduced visibility this morning. That's expected to last in terms of our dense fog advisory all the way until 11 o'clock this afternoon. In addition to our foggy conditions, we have our ongoing river flooding concerns. Biggest area of concern as of right now is the Muskegon River, but we would be remiss not to mention that portions of the Rogue River up towards Rockford, extending down through Comstock Park and down into Thornapple, also a concern and expected to crest as we get to the end of the weekend and into early next week. Low pressure system that's gliding towards us, first going to bring us the influence of the warm air, temperatures in the upper 70s, and then storms later on tonight. The highest impacts of all modes of severe weather are well off to the west of us, but we are being clipped mainly by a risk for some wind damage overnight and into early tomorrow morning. Because of all the water that we have received recently, I imagine that our trees are a little bit more vulnerable than they typically would be. So even sub-severe wind strengths could potentially cause some trees to come down during the overnight hours and into early tomorrow morning. The timing of those storms, 11 p.m. until around 4 a.m. in terms of our chance for an isolated severe storm, and then wet weather looks to round out by the time we at least reach, at minimum, right around 9 a.m. with only a few isolated cells to follow. I do have to mention there is a small chance for a flurry in the forecast on Sunday as our temperatures cool off and our winds ramp up out of the north and west. The rest of tonight and into early tomorrow morning, we're tracking another ½ an inch to potentially upwards of 1.5 inches of rain coming through. Not what we want to see, but the good news about our forecast and an extended timeline is that once we get past tomorrow, we have a dry outlook extended through next week. 13 on your side, 7-day forecast showing off temperatures do drop on your Sunday down into the mid-40s. We recover quickly, though, back into the 50s Monday and then eventually building into the 60s, then 70s by the end of next week.